Good afternoon. My name is Siki Falele, and the article that I chose for the debunking myths assignment was facts about the brain that aren't actually true. So there were some things that are definitely accurate or inaccurate about the article, and one of the more accurate things were when they were stating that we are either more right side or left side dominant in the brain. That's throughout our life. We use either the left or the right hemisphere of it. But I believe this to be true because I speak and comprehend a different language, and they're saying that speaking and comprehending a different language is predominantly controlled by the left hemisphere of the brain. And I can vouch for that because I speak and comprehend another language. But they're also saying that the right side of the brain plays a part in this because the understanding of the emotional intonation of the speech and basically understanding if somebody's having sarcasm with you or catching the punchline of a joke, you're using the right side of your brain. So I believe this one to be more accurate than some of the other facts that they were stating throughout the article. For instance, one of the more inaccurate facts were the size of your brain dictates how smart you are. One of the doctors in the article, I stated the article, were stating that all humans have relatively similar sized brains. So that one's definitely not true. One of the things that they stated in the article were that memories work like a photocopier, and I don't find this to. I think it depends on what the topic is or if they have interest in it. But your brain recreates a memory every time you think of it. So if you continuously think of a memory, then you're like laying your tracks. But the more that you traverse it, the more firmly established it becomes. Neurons are cells. This is what in my read Carrie's How We Learn book. It's stating that neurons are cells that link to form networks where memory exists. The neural network forms when it receives signal or past experience reoccurs or is thought of once again in the brain. So when you think of something continuously, that's how you're like laying your tracks and continuously keeping that memory in your mind. The connection between these cells thicken with repeated use. So if you're continuously thinking of that memory, that quote about memories working like a photocopier is not necessarily true. I think it has to be, and it's stating that it has to be continuously thought of in order to stick as a memory. So a type of memory that I'll talk about that was stated in the book is somatic memory. So somatic memory is created when we don't fully understand or recall how we remember a certain event, but we remember it. For instance, riding a bike. Like we don't. Some of us may not remember how we were taught to ride that bike or how it came about for us to ride a bike, but we remember how to ride a bike. I think that this is how students tend to learn information. They'll understand some of it or know how to conduct the information or how to solve a problem, whatever case may be, but they forget the information, so they have that somatic memory going on. But also, what we talked about earlier, the continuous repetition to keep that memory fresh, you have to continuously be laying your tracks so that you can remember what it is, the material that it is that you're trying to study for or remember. I think it's important for us to look as educators to look into the psychological aspect of how students receive information, because then as educators we can tend to our students' needs and the way that they're receiving it, how receptive they are to it. Once we start better understanding our audience, then the delivery method can only advance from here. I believe that Carrie's method of spacing out material, like stating before, and continuously like laying that track, continuously reminding yourself of the material or looking over it is what's going to get that information to stick. This is important in the brain because your brain tends to remember more information when you lay that. I keep referring back to laying that track, but I think that it's important for you to continuously look over information in order for it to stick in your brain. And I just want to thank you for giving me another chance to complete this assignment, and hopefully this will go this time. Thank you.